quality to 480p in a lot of cases, which is insane. Fucking virus. Okay, let's get into what we're doing today. So, Telegram bot API got updated to 4.7, and they added some things. They added most of the things, like a big chunk of it right here, seems to be focused around the this whole new dice uh, object that they did. Yeah, that's probably a good point. I'm sure there are a lot of people streaming right now. Uh, Damn virus. Um, anyway, we will prevail. My computer's being kind of laggy too, so that could be part of it. Uh, so this new send dice method is available to bots now, so that you can actually send one of those dice objects that rolls and gives you a random number. And then they added a new dice field to the message object. They added a couple new things in regards to setting commands now, so you don't have to do this in BotFather. So you've got get my commands and set my commands, which is kind of cool. They added the ability to create animated sticker sets by specifying the parameter TGS sticker instead of PNG sticker in the create new sticker set. So I'm going to have to update that. Add animated stickers to sets by specifying TGS sticker. Add field thumb to the sticker set object and add the ability to change thumbnails by using the method set sticker thumb. So it looks like I need 1, 2, 3, 4 new methods. I need to add a new update type for dice. Yeah. Overall, this shouldn't be terribly difficult. We should be able to get things up and running within the hour. Let's see how this goes. So the first thing we're going to deal with is this send dice method. Why not? Because it's at the very top here. So let's jump on over to Emacs. So most methods right now are here in core, other than ones that have to do specifically with games, payments, polls, stickers, and webhooks. So I'll go ahead and add it to core here. And there's not any real specific order that things are in this file. At least I don't think so. So it's kind of just going to be a matter of where I want to put it. And I want it with all of these send things, obviously. So we've got edit message media, send media group, send venue, send video. I'm just going to put it at the end. Or, you know what? They're kind of in alphabetical order. Send V, send M, or edit M, send P. Okay, that's not quite in alphabetical order. We're going to put it right in between send contact and send document, though. Why not? Add a comment. Use this method. Yeah. Use this method to send a dice object. Send dice which have a random value from 1 to 6. On success, the sent message is returned. Yeah. Send a dice object to a chat. Actually, you know what? I remember what I was doing here. I've actually just been copying the description here because this is better than any description that I could really write. And then we have to go and format it a little bit. On success, the sent message is returned. I'm not even going to bother with this shit. Okay. Oh, that's gonna annoy me. Okay. Send dice. Now, send dice is going to take a chat ID, which actually is just a chat. I guess I need to format it the same way as all the other ones, even though this is not how I'm formatting things anymore. Ooh. Why is it giving me 4 spaces instead of 2? That's not ideal. I need to fix that. Okay. So it takes a chat ID, it takes a disable notification, which is going to default to false. Takes a reply to message ID, which is going to be nil. Actually, just a reply to message. And reply markup. No. Stop it. I mean, really, I can just run Crystal Tool format on this afterwards and fix everything, but formatting issues annoy me so much. Okay, so we're going to do chat ID, and really, I can actually just copy this. So we're going to yank that whole thing and put it there. Okay, and then it's just a simple send. So response equals request, send dice, right? Ooh, no, don't do that. Oh, right, I do need the JSON object. Oh boy. Yeah, this is gonna annoy the shit out of me. Okay, so I need a chat ID. Stop it! For the love of God, Emacs, stop it, please. Disable notification. Reply to message ID and reply markup. Yeah, Crystal Tool format. Run. Oh. Damn it, why doesn't it have... Emacs, you should know about Crystal. Whatever. Looks like I'm doing this manually. Okay. And then we're just going to get a message in response, so we need to do whatever we're doing down here. Yeah, message up from JSON. And that's really all that comes down to. That is the send to dice method. So we're going to commit that. Make sure that that's the only... What do I have zig cache here? Oh, I remember why. I was testing something. Okay. Add, send, yeah, if I can spell. Okay. One thing down, few left to go. Go back up to the top here. Okay, so we need to add this dice field to the message object. Before that, we actually need to create the dice object. So let's go ahead and do that. It's going to be here in models. We're going to cf dice.cr. And then I need to pick a simple-ish object to copy. How about sticker? Yeah, why not? That's not a terribly complex one. And go back up to... Okay, I did add it, right? I could swear that I added it, and it should be right there. Yeah, okay. Apparently it didn't work. Oh, it's because stupid Helm had put me on labeled price here instead of dice, so it didn't actually create it. There we go. Okay. Honestly, it's bothering me way more than it should that that this method is, or this object is called dice and not a die. But I do kind of understand that they didn't want to make a method called like send die, or like create an object called die, because die. So the only thing we have here is a value, which is an integer that is 1 to 6. So value in 32. That's really all that comes down to. Super simple object. So with that created, now I can go over to message. The message object, as you can see, is a lot more complex. And all we need to do is down here, let's see, where do they actually have it positioned in the message object here, I wonder? It's probably, okay, so it's right after poll. So we'll do the same. Poll. Where the fuck are you, poll? Did I never add the poll object to message? Oh, I added it. Maybe I didn't. How did I fuck that up? Well, let's do it now. So it's gonna go after venue. So we're gonna get her poll and her dice. Okay. And that's all I need to do with that. Moving on. So we did that. Now would be a good time to check that this is actually working, though, and that I didn't break anything. So let's go up to our handy-dandy EchoBot example. This is what I always use for testing new things and making sure they work. So we're going to make a new command for this bot. We're going to call it roll. Roll command, ctx, and Actually, I just realized there's one more thing that I need to add to the message object. So if I go here, go all the way down here, and see we've got all these extra methods on message because the message object is special. And I created these reply with and respond with events using a macro, and we just need to add onto the end here. Oops, wrong button. We just need to add onto the end here dice. And that's going to allow us to reply with dice and respond with dice. Once again, I hate using the plural when you're only responding with one, but whatever. Okay. And then we're going to utilize that method up here in the EchoBot. So all we're going to do is ctx.reply with dice. Is there anything that I actually need to include here? No. So that really should be it. Let's jump on over into the terminal. Crystal runs, or not source. Examples. EchoBot. Let's see if it breaks. It's working. Let's jump on over here. I jump into my my test bot, and we're just gonna say roll. And of course, this message is not supported by my version of Telegram desktop. I'm using a third-party Telegram desktop called Cotatogram, just because it adds some useful features. Unfortunately, because it is third-party, that means it's going to run a little bit behind other things. I don't know if Telegram desktop period even supports rolling right now. Someone would have to let me know. But we can see that it is at least working, so we can move on knowing that I did not make any grievous mistakes. All right, moving on. So now we've got these two new methods, get my commands and set my commands, which I am pretty excited about because doing this through BotFather every time you update commands is pretty annoying. So being able to set commands, especially programmatically in the client, is going to be so much better. All right, so they're putting this after. They're just putting it at the very end of all this. So right after callback query. I like to try and keep things somewhat in line with what's going on in the actual API. I'm just going to put it at the very bottom, but I am going to copy this method and do it. Well, not at the very bottom. We're going to do it right here. And of course it fucked up my formatting again. Thanks, Emacs. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Alright, so set my commands only takes one thing. Don't even need a chat in this case. It's just going to take commands, which is going to be an array of bot command, which means I actually need to make this. Although, I'm not going to make it actually have to accept bot commands. It's going to be either bot command or named, bot command hash or named tuple. Oh, it's updated as of today on Telegram desktop. Okay, interesting. So that's good to know. Hopefully Cotatogram won't be too far behind. Not that I'm super worried about having access to dice, because that's not a big thing for me. That represents a bot command. I don't care. Set my commands. Here we go. So once again, using their description for the comment here. And, oops, go back. Okay. I've got to think about how I really want to do this, because I actually need to change the name. Set my commands. I need to think about how I want to do this, because I want to make the API as friendly as possible. So there is going to be a bot command object, because that's going to be what get my commands returns. So that's important. But when they're actually setting commands, it would be nice if they could set them using a hasher named tuple instead of actually having to create these bot command objects. And really, I mean, it's going to be a hash that gets sent anyway. So. I mean, maybe not a hash. That doesn't matter so much. I need the fields to be known. So we're going to do a named tuple of basically what a bot command is. So we're going to have a command string and description string. So that's what the named tuple is going to need to look like. So it can be either of these. And I don't need either of those. What I do need is to say commands equals commands.map to h, so that we're sending a hash, and then we're going to set my commands and then just replace this with commands. Alright, let's go ahead and dedent that because it's annoying. And on success, it's either a true or a false. I remember how I've been doing this. Oh, yeah, this is never going to return true as things are. CS. No. Oops. How do you do surround? I can't remember how the surround command works. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, because it needs to be response equals a true string. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Okay. So really, that should be all set my commands comes down to. We should have, we should be able to take this array of bot commander named tuple. We should be able to map it to a hash, which means that for bot command, I'm going to need to add this 2h method. I need to do that as well because so I need to map it to a hash, and then I need to transform the keys on the hash and make them strings, because with a named tuple, the keys are going to be symbols to start out with, and that's not what I want. I don't know if that's actually 100% necessary that I do that, because I think that's... bot command is already going to have a 2JSON. Named tuple has a 2JSON. I actually am going to comment this out and see if this works without it, because I'm actually hesitant to think that that's necessary. And really, I don't need this either. I could actually just I could remove this and put the equals true right here, but yeah, maybe I'll refactor things later. Okay, so set my commands should work. We're going to just copy this and use it as a template for get my commands. So get my commands. Paste that in there. Requires no parameters. Returns an array of bot command on success. That's great. Since it doesn't take any parameters, I can do that. And that. Rename this get, and then it's going to be returning an array of bot commands. So we're gonna do array bot command dot from JSON response, and that's really all that comes down to. That is an extremely simple method all by itself. But of course it's not going to work unless I actually have this bot command object, so we're going to need to create it. And just going to use the dice as a template because this is simple. I'm just going to call it bot command. And all a bot command has is a command and a description. So command string. And they're both required. And then for now, we're going to go ahead and give it a 2h method, and even though I don't know that this is going to be necessary, and all it's going to return is Okay. So, once again, theoretically, if things are working here, I should be able to use set command and get command, or set my commands and get my commands inside of the Echo bot now. This particular bot doesn't actually have any commands, so or it doesn't have any commands defined in botfather, so I'm going to need to I'm going to need to do things. I'm going to need to set commands first and then get commands and make sure everything's working. So let's do bot dot set my commands. And it's going to take an array of bot command. Why with this formatting? It's so bad. Let's do this instead. How about just to circumvent this terrible formatting. I could be using VS Code and I wouldn't have to deal with any of this, but no, I've got to be using Emacs. Alright, so we take a command, and the command is going to be echo and a description, and the description is going to be echoes the text back at you, something like that. Actually, let's lowercase this because why not, and forget the period. Okay. So, let's go ahead and log the result of that to the console. And then we're also going to do bot.get my commands. And if everything works, this should set them, and then this should get them, and everything should just work. So let's try this again and see what I broke. Nothing so far. True. Hey, look at that. Wow, I'm not used to things always working on the first try, but this we're 2 for 2 now. All right, and if I go back to Telegram here, I should be able to say okay, it hasn't updated yet. I probably need to oops, let's not share my phone number with the world. Go back in here. There we go. So it works. That's awesome. That was pretty damn simple. Okay, so EchoBot is still showing up as modified. Oh. Can't div. What is it saying I changed here? Oh, the line at the end of the file? Okay. Yeah, whatever. Why is it still saying I've changed something? There's no line at the end of the file now. I saved. Okay. Now there is a line at the end of the file. You happy with me? What the fuck ever. Okay. Okay, so go ahead and commit this. We added add bot command. Get my commands and set my commands. Okay. This has gone very well so far. Let's see. These ones are going to be hard to test because I don't actually have any animated stickers to send. But we're going to go ahead and add the fields anyway. It shouldn't be that difficult. So, TGS sticker in the create new sticker set. Okay. So now we accept a PNG sticker and TGS sticker. And the male guy is here. Don't bark. My dog likes to bark at anyone that comes near our door. If you could see her right now, she's like, there's a guy here. Shh, it's okay. Okay, so it used to be that PNG sticker was not optional, but now it is, because now you can either have a PNG sticker or a TGS sticker. So I'm going to need to move this down here, add TGS sticker, default it to nil, and go back, damn formatting. So I'm going to need to say raise PNG, let's see. Sticker is required but no one's provided if not, or let's do unless PNG sticker or oh, it's supposed to be TGS sticker. Fucked that up. Okay. And then all I need to do here is change this to TGS sticker and this one as well. And that should work. So now you can send an animated sticker and create sticker set. And even though they both default to nil, one is required. Let's see, you must use, yes, this should be included. Create a sticker set. So you must use exactly one of the fields, PNG sticker, or TGS sticker. Returns true on success. And apparently I have been doing back over here, go to core. For returns true on success, I've been doing this. Okay, small detail, but Now we should be able to create a sticker set using a animated sticker. Now add sticker to set also takes those, so we're basically gonna just do the same thing here. Add sticker to set. Oh, never formatted this. PNG sticker, emojis, mouse position. Okay. So instead of this, we're going to do this, and then to move them both down here. TGS sticker. TGS sticker, and that means I'm going to need to do the same warning, or the same error here if neither provided. All right. Added the field thumb to the sticker set object. So let's get down here. Sticker set now contains a thumb, which is a photo size. And it's optional. Okay. And added set sticker set thumb. This needs to be back in stickers. Let's see, create sticker set, delete sticker from set, upload sticker file. Let's just add it here. So we need set sticker set thumb. So def sticker set thumb. Just going to take a name, which is required, a user, and a thumb. So why is the thumb optional? I guess if you don't pass in anything, it deletes it. PNG image for the thumbnail, blah blah blah. Why is freenode whatever? Sticker requirements, pass a file ID as a string. Okay, it doesn't say. Doesn't say why it's optional, but apparently it is. And user ID equals, and I know that I've done this elsewhere. Yeah. let's just do that. Okay. The reason why I do this is so that they can pass in either a user object which has an ID, or they can pass in a user ID. So that way they don't have to say user.id when they're passing it in. Just a small convenience method. So response, request, set sticker, set thumb, and once again with the formatting, name, user ID, and thumb. Put it back over here. Okay, and then it returns true on success, so we're just gonna do response equals true. And go ahead and give it a comment here. Good thing the bot API is fairly well documented. I would not want to deal with commenting all of these things by myself. Animated thumbnails can be set for animated stickers only. Okay. Set sticker, set thumb. Done. And that's it. That's all of the updates. So I'm going to run my Echo bot again here, just to make sure I didn't break anything. And it's working. So that's that. Now, I do need to commit this. Added new, or add new sticker set methods. Okay. There actually is one more thing that I need to do here, and that is first of all collapse this. I need to add a new update action. So right now we have all these different update actions. Excuse me. For all different kinds of events. And we just added a new one, technically, in the form of dice. And so we need to add a dice update action there. And then here in client, not in client, it's an update handler. That's what it is. Or event handler. No, it's not. Here's handler and like query. Crap, where is it? Oh boy. This thing is just, it's gotten out of control. It's very large. And handler, handle update. So handle update, we go handle persistent update. Actions from update, actions.h2. So that's in helpers. Here we go. This is what I'm doing. So as you can see here, every update that comes in gets passed in here, and then what we do is we filter over. So if the update has a message, then we go into this block update.message, and then we add the update action message to the actions array here. Really, what all we're doing here is we're returning an array of update actions so that we know what handlers to activate. So we're adding them here, and so if we have a message, then we do this. If the message has a chat attached to it, then we do this, and so we've got all these different actions. Okay, so we've got update action poll and poll answer here, and this is on the base update object. Let me make sure this is right, because I just added poll to message as well. Oh, but yeah, I guess that actually does make sense. So, or does it? Available types. Actually, let's look at update first. So update does have poll and poll answer. And then if we look at message does also have a poll, so that does make sense. So yeah. How am I gonna do that? Just send the same update action for now, I guess. Update action poll if message dot poll. Why not? And then we need to do our dice one. And that's all we need to do for that. So now, if we go back over to the Echo bot, so I can show an example here. So now what we'd be able to do is we'd be able to say on dice. And then do something every time a message comes in that has a dice object attached to it, which is nice. So add the dice update action. Okay. And then there is one other thing that I wanted to see about doing, which is adding an actual handler for dice. So as things are right now, we've got this event handler, and the event handler just takes in an event and a proc, which the proc is the method that it's wrapping. So the only option that the event handler has is this event, and that means that there's no way to pass any kind of filter or otherwise to it. All we have is the event, and it's not an easy thing to modify. it's not easy for me to add extra properties on here that may or may not actually belong to this specific object. If you, I don't know how to phrase it better, but that's why I have other handlers that could otherwise be on the event handler. So the dice is a good example of that, in that I need to create, like, if I want to be able to do something like this. Let's show an example, because I've got to go to the EchoBot. Okay, if I want to be able to do something like this, so we're gonna do on dice, and let's say you want like a specific value. So you only want to call this method when a 5 is rolled. If I want something like this, I've got to actually create a special handler specifically for it. So it would have to be on dice 5 like that. Which is not ideal. I don't want it to stay this way. I just need to figure out a way to handle it a little bit better. But you know what? I'm actually not going to deal with this right now. I'll deal with that at a later time, rather than actually creating an on-dice handler like this. I'm just going to wait until I can figure out how to do this, because that's just so much better. It's basically, it's like Python Telegram bot does, where you've got filters. There's got to be some kind of way. Maybe. Yeah. Well, we'll think about it. Maybe I can actually make it, if I actually made a like filter object and then made it so that on like takes an array of filters, then all I'd have to do is define a new filter instead of a whole new handler. So I could do, on dice, and then in here we'd do like a dice value filter or something like that, which is still not a super intuitive, beautiful API or anything, but this is basically what Python Telegram bot is doing. It's kind of making me wish that I could just do that, which is semi possible, but this is what Python does to instantiate new objects, and I do like it better than the .new, because it's basically like a procedure call. Whatever. Anyway, that's basically all I needed to do for updating Tourmaline, though, which is pretty great. It didn't require a whole ton of updates to get this stuff working right. And we're just after the 1 hour mark, so that's pretty nice as well. So I'm gonna get this uploaded to YouTube then. Download it from Twitch. I should have been recording this, but I haven't been. So I'm going to get this uploaded to YouTube. And thanks for joining, Eugene. You're the only one in the chat today, and appreciate your support. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Probably tomorrow, maybe even later today. I guess we'll see what happens. But thanks for joining.